Hello everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. I'm a bit sort of floored by the what's cracking read this morning. Okay, a bit like getting a personal reading for myself sometimes. So a lot of us on the twin flame journey, which is really cool. The last few days though, they haven't been about that sort of thing. They've been very much about self-development, self-awareness, you know, awakening. So it's nice to sort of have a bit of confirmation that you're waiting for is still coming. Okay, I'm going to use the Pagan Tarot here. A little reminder, of course, that I have a Facebook Live coming up on Sunday, 9 AM Australian time. I'd love to see you all there. Okay, so, goodness gracious, we have the Four of Wands coming out here as well. This did come out in the What's Cracking reading. The Four of Wands is about love, marriage, stability, you know, everybody's favourite thing, just sort of having... having your life as beautiful as you want to have your life, knowing that it's really, you know, secure. Four of Swords coming out before that, so you're doing a lot of rebuilding here. The Four of Swords is about taking time out to rest and recuperate. Sometimes it can be about hospitalization. Behind that we do have the Nine of Swords, so that card came out in the What's Cracking reading too. Nine of Swords talks of sleepless nights, worrying about something happening. And behind that we have the Hanged Man. So these cards say to me that you want stability, and I'm going to get a similar reading to the What's Cracking again. This is about wanting stability but unable to provide it for yourself. So for some of you, this is about thinking somebody else has the answers to your stability. So it's like that whole thing of, if only I had someone in my life, then I'd be stable and happy. Well, it's not quite that way. You need to feel really stable and happy on your own before you have somebody in your life. So if that's how you're feeling, you need to do a little bit of work around you are your own stability, you are your own love. It's about self-love. But there is something here that says to me you've been doing the work here with the Hanged Man as well. So perhaps putting a little bit of self-work into meditation, taking time out, spending time by yourself to really get who you are. You might have been doing some healing around, you know, perhaps your insecurities, perhaps your worries, troubles, but definitely doing some work to bring in some stability here, which is really nice. And of course, if you get a reading from me, I'll always talk to you about what you need to do, what your lessons are, how you need to go about doing that, what sort of things you might do, but you need to make some allowances for working at it. And from my own experiences, if you don't do that, you keep getting the same person with a different face. So it's like if you're not fixing yourself or working towards something yourself, the universe keeps giving you the same lesson over and over again. So if you're experiencing that, it's because you're not doing any inner work and you go into the next relationship still wearing the same mask that you had before. So lessons are there for you to learn. Okie dokie, so we do have the Empress coming out first, and I really like this because to me this means being, you know, really ready for something beautiful. The Empress represents Mother Earth and Gaia. She is about being in the perfect place to birth new ideas, birth new things. You can talk about pregnancy, you can talk about birthing a new child, wanting a new child, bringing a new child into the world, but it's also about ideas. Understanding, being able to bring your ideas forward into fruition. But it's, you know, it's very much a card of, you know, feeling very attractive, very sexy, very beautiful. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands coming in. So you may have been carrying a burden around with you for a while. And the universe, as you worked with the universe here to be able to put that burden down now. Oh, look at this, and bring in your own stability. Exactly what I was talking about at the beginning. So very much like the mini read at the beginning. This is about coming into your own. This is about being able to put down those things that have held you back and moving into a place of security and stability. And look at this, and you closed out a cycle. Here's the World card saying that you finally reached the end of a cycle. This is really nice. So we've been trying to close out this cycle for a very long time. I like it a lot. Okay, Three of Pentacles. So this is about working on something coming in to bring something to fruition here. So you've been working very hard to bring some sort of project to a conclusion, but you're ready now to work with somebody else on this. Okay, and it could be a King of Pentacles. So it is possibly an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but more likely you're taking on this energy here where you're feeling very stable. You've got the pentacle in your hand, so you are feeling very much like you are your own world now. So you are able to take on whatever comes your way now. You're feeling very grounded, very secure, really enjoying life, like really understanding what life has to offer, but really enjoying it here. And look at this, Ace of Swords coming in. So I think that came out in the What's Cracking read too. So ready to walk forward in your own truth. Wow, you've done a lot of work here. The majority of you have done so much work to bring yourself to this place, understanding what it means to stand in your truth. Really being who you were meant to be, dropping your mask, dropping your illusions or delusions, and being the person you were meant to be. And look at this. This is your reward for that. Ace of Cups coming out here. Your reward for all the hard work you've done. Beautiful. The universe is bringing you in love now. Wow. Yeah, because of all your hard work. I saw that card. I was a bit bamboozled because the sun is here, shining light on everything, helping you to understand what you've done and how well you've done. It's like you've put in the work now, so we are going to give back to you. You're in divine timing. You've got yourself to the vibration you need to be at to welcome in new love. It's beautiful. You've closed out cycles that no longer serve you. You've understood the journey. You've got it. That's what that reading is. You've got it. You've got it in hand, guys. You've done well. You've raised your awareness. You've done your awakening or starting to awaken. And you are understanding your personal journey here. Okay, the card of Reconsider's coming out here. So it sort of makes me wonder sometimes when a card comes out like that and it doesn't fit. So I would think maybe reconsidering is maybe some of you have been on this journey and you've either lost faith, lost heart, not really got the journey or why you're doing what you're doing, which we all do along the way. So sometimes you can really question your spirituality, like why am I doing this? What's the point? Especially when it's taken a long time. I always say to people, I was having readings done, 3 to 4 years ago that are only just coming into fruition now. So my journey has been very long, but I think that even though I was working on things, I probably needed to work on things to understand how to work on different things. So I very much started work on my spirituality, developing myself, but didn't really understand the things that were holding me back, like to do with my childhood, my past, my family. So I had to come back and start looking at those things. And then, of course, that took a lot of healing. So it took a long while. So for some of us, and I know I have people say, oh my goodness, it's been 3 months. I'm like, well, what work have you done on yourself in that time? So it is a journey. Sometimes it can be complex. Sometimes it can depress you. But once you've sort of got to the point where you're starting to awaken, the days of the remorse and regret get less, and the days of happiness, like in this sunshine, become more evident. So you start to have a greater appreciation. And I know people go, ooh, you're always so positive. I'm like, you know what? I love life. I love life. I love that I'm alive. I love that I appreciate everything that happens. It genuinely comes from that part of me that has worked very, very hard to get to that point. So not all of us have lived our life in, absolute splendor, but I have absolutely learned to appreciate every day. And yes, there are times when you slip a little bit and you have a bad day or things don't go your way, but then you learn that you can't sit there, you can't stay there, you've got to move forward again, and that's the joy. So great reading, everyone. Have a fantastic day.